Okay, let's see what we are going to draw today. Zoom in a little bit so you're not so far away. Pattern focus. Today's pattern is going to start with the letter L. Leef-e-vin by Millie Gallagher. Another Millie. Every time I see a pattern by Millie, I get all choked up because I miss her. Anyway, this one was drawn by Ina. So first thing we're going to do, it's a very organic tangle. Looks like that when we're done. Okay, can you see that? Am I zoomed in enough? Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Okay, so it's a leafy sort of a thing. Let me get my pointer. So for step one, you're going to come up and make sort of a question mark type of a shape with a little loop at the end. Okay. And then going the other way, coming out of about part way up this stem somewhere, you're going to come put another little shape going the other direction with a little loop. And then from that, you can put one down here, you can put one up here. You're just going to branch off until you're done with coming up with a little question mark like shape with a loop at the end. Back and forth, back and forth. And then you're going to kind of randomly stick little tiny little straightish lines coming out from that stem structure. And you can fill in the little loops if you'd like. You don't have to, but you can. So I would probably, if I was going to fill in, would probably do it during my drawing process of the first step. And then what you'll do is around each one of these little lines that you put in, that's when you're going to draw your leaf shape. And that makes it important to do it in that order. I remember when Millie created this pattern, she said that she on purpose did the little line shape first because that then dictated which leaves were in front of other leaves. Does that make sense? Because if you just started drawing leaves, you would tend to not overlap. But since you put these random marks in there, you will then, when you draw a leaf shape, you will force you to put one behind somewhere. Like if you made this one the one in front, then those two would be behind. Does that make some sense? I hope that makes sense. That's what gives this pattern some depth and dimension. And then you do some shading. You can, on one side of each of the leaves, you can draw little hatch marks. So you can do it with your pen, or if you want, you can just do it with pencil and just, like Ina did over here, just choose one side or the other of each of these leaf shapes and put it darker. So that's how that goes. That's really fun and organic and just flowy. This will be kind of a quick one. I think I may use, I'm going to go ahead and use the gray tile that I had from the second half of the one from yesterday. Excuse my lighting. Okay. Somehow I got a little off with my camera, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to anchor this with a little, I'm just going to put a little border. I may not use the whole border, but I'm going to anchor it with a border just so I don't get too close to the edge. And I don't think I'm going to use the string. I'm just going to start. I'm going to have it coming out of the corner, I think, and coming up this way. She's going to live this way. So she's going to come up and make a sort of a question mark like shape. And then from here, going the other way. And from here, that way. And maybe this way. Oh, I didn't turn my light up enough and I can see it's, I gotta turn it just a little bit more. It's just at the wrong frequency. I could see it blinking at me. Okay, and then here. And maybe here. Does that look like enough? I think it needs one here. I feel like it needs it a little bit further down. Okay, that's good. Sorry about the sawing noises. Nothing I can do about that. And then coming here, I'm going to just randomly pick maybe something like that. And then you just draw a leaf shape around each of those spots. I'm going to put this one here, and then that one is going to get tucked behind. You might say, well, what if I don't know how to make a leaf shape? Then if you can't do that shape like that in one motion like this, do a curve this way and then a curve the other way like that. That will work. I like them to have a little bit of a point to them. How pretty that is. It's just simple, easy to do, makes me happy. I might want this one as the one in front. And then this one comes behind. Like that. That's just simple. I don't know. It just really makes me happy. And if you decide that this is, you have too much space. Let's say I decide that in here I don't have enough happening. Stick another one in there. And maybe it will go another direction. Maybe I want it to come this way. Maybe that's a rogue branch. Like that. See, look it. your branches don't all have to go the same direction. They can go whatever direction you want them to go. And I'm almost feeling like I need one now coming this way. Like that. Okay. And I feel like I want to weight these corners of where the branches turn. I'll just make them a little thicker. Just because I feel like it. How pretty is that? And then I'm just gonna put a little shading and be done. And I think I might want drop shadow. I like Ina's sample with a drop shadow. So what first I'm going to do is I'm going to put for sure some shading right at the bottom. I'm not hardly doing any. Right at the bottom of each of the leaves and where they're connected to the stem. And then a bit of where they overlap. Light is still, I don't know, my light is doing some weird thing here. So I'm not doing a lot, I'm just barely putting any pencil out at all for this. And then I'm gonna get just a little shading, a little blending, so that those leaves just, and then I need to decide if I want to put those leaves where one side is darker than another, either with pen or with the shading. And I think I may choose to do it just with the shading. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I have to look at it from a distance and decide. No, I think I want a little tiny bit of pen on one side of each of these leaves. I'm going to choose the side, I'm going to choose the right side. And I'm doing just from in here. And I've gotten my teeny tiny little 0.005 micron. So I'm not doing much, just a tiny little bit. Like that. Now see how, you want to know why this isn't technically a Zentangle pattern? Because it's representational. You clearly see leaves and vines. There's just no getting around that. So technically, it is not a Zentangle pattern, but it is a pattern. And it is one of the reasons why at patterncollections.com they allude to creative pattern drawing and meditative pattern drawing, but not necessarily Zentangle, because of the fact that there's a lot of patterns that are would not be considered Zentangle. Okay, I'm gonna just do this and do a little drop shading, I think. Oh, my sun is coming. Actually, so what I'm doing is I'm just sticking out a little bit of pencil, and I'm going to make this sort of blurry shadow thing in the background behind my tangle. See what it did? It's just giving a suggestion that that leafy thing is maybe up against a wall or laying on a table or something that it's casting a bit of a shadow. It's not everywhere, it's just a little bit. It just gives it a bit of suggestion of that it's a 3D object by just adding a little bit of tiny bit of pencil and just kind of smudging it around. And then I want, since I'm on the gray tile, I'm going to stick a little highlight on the other side of this leaf. We're going to catch the light on this side. Make sure each and every leaf gets a little bit of a highlight. And I think I'm done. Oh, look how pretty that is. It's pretty. I like that. I love these toned tiles. These are just making me happy. All right, there we go. Simple, easy, a beautiful pattern. I'm just super happy with it. I hope you guys are having a good day. I will see you tomorrow. Yeah. You guys go out and do something nice for somebody today, okay? The world needs to be a better place. So it starts with you. Go out and be nice to somebody, all right? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.